almost done with spring practice. Which players have raised their stock the most and why?
Your favorite question?
Yeah, my favorite. You'll know me now. Man, there's been a lot of guys. I mean, it's, I've been. I mean, some of the guys I know just really been impressed with. I mean, Kamari. We got to obviously see him last year, but he's done a great job. Just coming in here, I feel like really affected the group. I mean, he's a really good player. He obviously knows this scheme very well. So just having another guy out there that kind of knows it and has played in it, and you can use as a great example of how a lot of this stuff needs to look. I mean, he's really I think he's had a really strong spring. I think Covington's really surged, especially here at the end. Been impressed with some of the things he's done. The linebacker room as a whole, there's some really good competition, but those guys are really getting better. I think have really taken the Trojans. I feel like that room has really grown. I mean, I've talked a lot about the defensive line. I mean, there's a lot of growth there, and there's needed to be, and everything there is very, very different. So, but certainly progress there. So, off the top of my head, I mean, those would be a few of the guys. I mean, there's certainly more. There's been a lot of progress made on the field this spring.
Lincoln, have you guys decided on the plan for the series when quarterback's going to take a series?
Not yet. No, not yet. We're going to play half a ball. We'll rep all three of those guys, probably fairly similar to how we repped them in spring, which has been Miller and Jake all they're certainly getting competitive reps every day.
With the portal opening today, do you anticipate any more losses once you guys worry about?
You never know, I mean, you just ask me again in 5 minutes. So I don't know. I don't think we'll have a lot. Maybe that's famous last words, but I don't think that we'll have a whole lot. The team feels pretty steady in a lot of ways, but there's going to be guys that are thinking about it. There's guys on every single roster across the country that are, and we may have a few, and that's okay. That if we do, we know that we've got a couple targets that we need to go after, and if we lose a few more guys, that may increase those targets. And obviously, we don't want to, but at the same time, if it is, we're going to look at it as an opportunity to make our team better.
How do you operate in the spring knowing this guy might have a second team X position, might leave in a couple of days, and those are valuable reps?
Yeah, we've tried to have some pretty proactive conversations. I mean, you see some of our guys that went in pretty early, and so we've told them we're guys that aren't committed to this thing, we're not gonna rep you in the spring. I mean, these reps aren't this isn't like Peewee where everybody gets to play. I mean, these reps are valuable. So unless you can fully commit to us in the spring, we're not gonna get that. So maybe a couple of guys that are unexpected jump in, they might, and if they do, that's part of it. But I think we, for the most part, avoided that, and that a lot of guys that have left, we were able to have those conversations pretty early on, and they're obviously not with us now. And the other guys that need to be getting the reps are getting the reps.
First, a good buzz about MVP again. We heard it last year too. It didn't fully materialize last fall. What's different with him this year? What gives you more confidence that he actually had a breakout season?
Yeah, he's. I think he's playing so much more physical. And more confident, and he made some plays last spring because he's a good talented athlete. He's making some plays right now that are different than the ones that he made last spring. Doing some really good things in the run and pass game. He's much more consistent. It's not just like a flash play here and there. So I think he's one of the guys that's really, I think, taken to the new scheme, the new style up front. I think it's really fit like what he needed to become as a player, and so that it's been a great move for him personally. And he's handled it well. He's pushing through some things. He's had a couple little nicks here that he's hadn't let stop him. Maybe last year, maybe you sit out with it or miss practice, and he kind of refused to do it, which has been cool to see. So I think he's growing up, and I think the scheme and the coaching fit has been very positive for him.
The cornerback position is a question. It seemed like it varies much over the past year. How much more confident do you find yourself maybe in that room right now than you have at that point over the last year or two?
Yeah, well, I mean, we have more. I think we have more experience in that room. We've got a little bit more depth right now. We've got more size, and I think I'm excited about what we're doing from a schematic point of view too. Because it's to do with like corners. It's like that's one of the places if you've got leaks defensively that like you're gonna actually like see the water on the floor a little bit. You know what I I mean? Like you could have leaks other places, but that's, in some ways, not always, obviously the safety's involved in it too, but sometimes the last line of defense or the guy that gets left one-on-one all the time. And so we know we need to get better there, and I think we have, but also I feel like schematically I really like what we're doing relative to those guys.
What have you seen from Dejan Lafine in camp? I feel like we haven't heard his name.
Yeah, he's getting better. He's getting better. It's he was injured when he first got here. He's been able to really finally kind of get some momentum, get back on the field. He still kind of looks like a true freshman that you see some flashes, and also you can tell that he missed a little bit of time in the fall and is still kind of working back from that. But yeah, some flashes. Good kid, hard worker.
When you guys
Where's Quentin Joyner this spring versus last?
Way different. Way different. He still pops. Feels like at least one big play a day, kind of like he did last year. But the difference is the mental mistakes, the confidence, the playing without the ball. Like that he's made a big jump there, which he needed to, and you expect young backs to be able to do that. So I think he's really taken to Coach Jones. A lot of progress, a lot of confidence. I mean, hard not to imagine him being a big part of our offense this year.
Thank you, Coach Riley.